Hello. I'm gonna try something a little different today. This is gonna be sort of a first impressions slash review kind of thing, but I'm gonna do it in more of a podcast style. I'm not gonna have much of a script to go off or anything that I plan to say in particular. I'm just gonna put my thoughts out there. But today we're gonna be talking about these three paddles. Mostly these two in particular. They're the Luzz Inferno and Luzz Tornazo. Uh, they sent me these specifically for review, but they don't have any particular say in what I say. So there's that. But I got to spend maybe about 2 weeks with each of these so far, um, and they're okay. Well, I'm gonna say as a whole, these three paddles are pretty dang good. Uh, but I need to get into each individually because I don't like them all the same. But yeah, if you've been watching my channel, you've probably already seen my review of the Canon. I kind of want to put a little bit more time into it to give it another thought just because I tried a new configuration where the grip is a bit thinner now. It's a little more to like what I'm used to. I think that'll affect my opinion of its play and how soft it feels. I also put some weights on here to kind of match the boomstick weight configuration. See how that plays. See if I can get some more power out of it. But we'll find out in the next week or so. Moving on, the Tornazo. So the Tornazo, it has, I believe it's like EPP core. It uses like PBAS, I guess is what they call it, some influence from a shoe material. But I think it's more traditional style, like foam that you would find in a paddle. And so this paddle it's very dense feeling. It's almost kind of I don't know if stiff is the right word. It feels stiff to me in that when I like hit balls, I don't have as much feel of the ball. Like I feel like I don't have as good of a touch. It does have good power though. Decent power. I would say not the highest power of the group. I think the other two, in my opinion, sorry. In my opinion, the other two have had better power to me. And I think that is to do with the touch. But I've tried adding weights onto the side here too, and that increases the power a lot. It also increases the stability a bit. So that might be something if you like to play with weight, you could try that out. But I do not like adding weight to my paddles, and that makes it a little harder for me. It was a little too much power. Um, so that's my opinion of this so far. What else do I have to say about it? I mean, the colors are nice. I definitely like the colors a little more than the Inferno. The Inferno is like a little out there in terms of like how bright it is. This is a little more subdued. It's just like a blue. Um, but yeah, the price is about I think like 220, 230 or something like that, and there's a 15% off code if you want to use it. I'll put it down below. Makes it around like 170, 180 maybe, I believe after using the code. It's pretty good. I got to say, it definitely holds up against like other paddles in the market at like right now. I think it plays in feel it feels kind of similar to the J2NF in how like yeah, it's kind of more stiff. It just kind of like comes off the face really quick. You don't really get a lot of touch with it. And like the problem I kind of have with it right now is that I don't believe it actually has any fiberglass in it, which I think would help a lot. Like you get a lot of good power off the drives. You get a lot of good power off of like volleys out of the air. But I think if there were maybe some fiberglass or something in there, it needs a little more push when you're doing a soft swing. I find that like when I'm dinking or when I drop, I need to put more behind it than I think I would. It's not as supportive of the strength that you put in. It doesn't apply anything unless you really put in, like, commit to the swing for like a drop or a dink. Like, drives are fine, again, volleys are fine, but if you're going for like a soft swing, it just needs you to like actually put effort behind the swing, and to actually know how much, because it does not add any power to those soft swings. So yeah, that is my impression of the Tornazo so far. The Inferno, though, I like a lot. I actually like it. I find it more satisfying to play with than the J2NF right now. And I say just satisfying. I'm not going to say it outperforms it, because there are a few things also that don't quite hit the sweet spot for me and how I play. But this is kind of the opposite of the Tornazo to me. It feels a lot more like hollow. You get a lot more feel of the ball. Drives feel satisfying when you contact it. You just hear that hollow pop, and it sinks. You know exactly where it's hitting in the paddle and how far it's going. And drops are the same way. This I feel like fixes the problem I had with the Tornazo, which was like, it gives me that touch I need to do drops, do dinks, and I feel like it comes off the face fast enough, but not so much I can't control it. It's in a way that I feel like is, I guess, predictable, which is nice. This is like too soft. Some paddles, I think J2NF sometimes comes off a little too hard. This kind of comes off like right for control dinks. Where I think the J2NF kind of has like the edge on this one, though, is on deflex. Like if let's say I were getting a ball attacked downwards toward me and I need to like reset it back up, I think for whatever reason the J2NF is just a little better at just hitting that right height, that perfect amount of return power to get it just over the net. This still, it's a little strong. It gets it higher than I would expect. So that is my one gripe with this paddle. Well, not one gripe. There's another gripe. Obviously, it's the same problem if you've watched my other videos that I had with the Canon. Is I just prefer either a hybrid or standard shape paddle, or like wide. Maybe, I don't know about wide body, but standard or hybrid. Those are my preferences. And so I feel like if they had this in a different shape, I probably would use this a lot more. I use it a lot now because I do kind of like how it plays, and I like how it feels. It just is a really fun paddle to use, I will say. The colors are a bit much. I think the design might be kind of holding it back from people like really going into these paddles. I feel like they think they're maybe cheap or knockoffs or something, but they're really not. They are actually really good paddles. I would say they're pretty comparable with other paddles in that $200 price range, like the J2NF, J2FC Plus, the Loco. Not gonna say the Boomstick, but it is in that range of like power. I think they're all very like close apart. They're all very high level power. If you really need that slight edge more, you're paying a lot for just a slight boost in performance. I think this goes toe to toe with those, which is really nice, at least in terms of power, if what you're looking for. Forgiveness is not as there as I would like. Again, it's just a matter of the shape. I wish the sweet spot is not quite as big as the others right now. The forgiveness is not quite there. And that's kind of the biggest thing for me. Again, tied to the shape. It's not a bad sweet spot. Don't get me wrong. The sweet spot on this paddle is actually very good. It's just not outstanding like the other paddles are. And it likely has to do with the shape. So you could add weights on the side. That'll probably help a lot, actually. But again, for people who don't like adding weight to paddles, I mean, I could try it, but it's going to affect my hand speed at the kitchen and all that. So that kind of is a bummer, but I think they want to commit to this elongated shape, which if you like elongated paddles, then I think this is one for you for like foam. It's a good option for sure. And I think it's yeah, again, around the same price as other paddles in that price range, especially after using the code. They definitely give a better discount than I think a lot of other discount codes give. So that's a surprise, especially for such a up and coming company. But I like it a lot. I removed the undergrip. I mean, it's okay. The undergrip on all of these are kind of the same. It's all right. But yeah, just having this one layer, you get really good touch on the paddle. Really improved this one a lot, just replacing the grip. And yeah, again, adding a little weight helps. It depends how you want to play at the kitchen. So yeah. And then the Canon. I mean, it's $100. It's half the price of the other two. It's going to be hard to beat. It really is if you're worried about budget. I mean, okay. If you're talking like value, like performance per dollar, this is kind of the order. Like least value to me, most value. Like I think this is just like the order to get it in if you're worried about like, yeah, performance per dollar. But again, this is like a personal preference thing. Some people really like the muted feel. This is like super muted, super dense. Some people really like this, and I've definitely seen reviews where people talk about like that style of paddle and really liking it. And it surprises me, but I lean towards this. Now, if we're talking like performance, like just performance order, I don't know. I kind of put this one first and these two kind of like close to each other. Canon, I don't know. Yeah, I want to say Canon has a slight edge, but these two are kind of close. Again, this plays more like how I like it. Has that feel, more of a touch than I expected now that I've taken off like that undergrip. It just might be the way to go. It's just so cheap. It's hard to beat, and it's definitely underrated. I'm seeing more and more people playing with them. I'm watching more like pro videos, and I'm spotting them like in the crowds, and yeah, they're getting used a lot between like these three paddles. They're gaining a lot of popularity and getting a lot of use, and even reviewers, they're like being dubbed definitely as like what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? Underrated? Yeah, they are underrated. You don't see them a lot, and you don't hear about them a lot, but I think they're coming up, and I think deservedly so, because these are really high performing paddles in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna keep using them. This is just my thoughts for now. Pretty good value. Again, I think they're fairly priced. I think if I had to make another complaint, it's like they have these vibrant colors, but they scratch so easily. Which, I mean, you can put an edge guard, but I hate putting edge guards on my paddles. They're edge guard. They're already. I mean, you can put a over tape or whatever. You can put tape on it, but the edge guard is an edge guard for a reason, so I don't do that. But yeah, the color just comes off easy if that's something you're worried about. But yeah, those are my thoughts on these three paddles. Right now, I probably still stick to my J2NF just because it's what I'm familiar with and it suits my playstyle the best. But if not for that, I mean, I think the Inferno is actually starting to be one of my favorites. It plays really well. I like it a lot. It feels very natural, feels good to drop with and dink with, which I don't do a lot with an NF. Like, I should show gameplay, but when I use an NF, I just like to attack, and I just like drive everything, and it's a bad habit. I don't know what it is, but that fiberglass in that paddle just makes me want to launch the ball and just like pop that ball off the face. I don't know. And this, I feel like it has just a nice sink in the ball where I'm not always tempted to do that, where I feel like I want to drop it. I feel inclined to drop the ball and actually play pickleball soft game, you know? And that's kind of like the thing I liked about the cannon as well, is like it has that nice, I don't know if plush is a word because, you know, who knows? These words are all subjective. But the cannon has a nice sink feeling. It dwells really well and catches the ball, and you can really feel the drop. So these two paddles, great for that. If you don't like that feeling, Tornazo. Tornazo is the way to go if you like a stiff, muted, no contact on the ball, just kind of like whatever your input is your input. This is the one. But yeah, hope that helps for now. That's kind of all I have to say. Again, I want to try out some more layouts and weight options, so we'll see how that goes. And I'll make more soon in the future to kind of give you guys an idea, help you guys make a decision if Luzz is the direction you're leaning towards. Yeah, keep an eye out for them. They're doing good work. But yeah, the market is tough, but these designers are tougher. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day and stay squared.